back to Unquiet You. Today we are going to talk about feeling broken. And this is something that a lot of new clients say to me within the first meeting or ever consult is that they just feel broken and that they don't know how to fix themselves. And the first thing I always say to anyone is that you're not broken. None of us are broken. I think sometimes we feel lost. I think sometimes we feel like everything else is working for other people, but it's not working for us and we can't figure out why. I think that the biggest key to feeling broken is understanding that you're human and this is just part of the human experience. It's always heartbreaking, I think, when people lose hope because they feel like they're broken and everyone else is fixed. We see people who are going through the motions and living all the lives, and we're over here. We can't move. We can't make a decision. We feel stuck. We feel like there's something wrong with us internally. Like maybe we missed something, or maybe we screwed up a relationship, or we screwed up a job. And so now like we're doomed, right? Because we did something wrong. And so we're broken. Everyone else is fixed. And I have experienced this multiple times in my life. I think it's very, very human of us all to have a moment where we feel broken and we feel like we are not fixed. I do believe that when we feel broken, what we're really feeling is unworthy. I think we're feeling less than. I think we feel that everyone's judging us. I think we feel like we're never going to get to where we want to go. I think this is also a feeling that pops up when we don't know where we want to go. Maybe we're in a phase of life where we're like, we're just surviving. We just want to get up every day and survive. And you feel like surviving is hard. You feel like you're not the best mom, right? Like you may yell at your kids and then you feel like you're like a horrible human and you're not a good mom and you're broken and you can't do anything right. When really it's just, you're just not feeling worthy. You're not feeling like you matter. You're not feeling like what you do matters, which all comes back to, I believe, us looking in the mirror and finding our own worth within. So this is something that I would say probably 80% of the clients that come to me have this feeling in the beginning, and they reach out because they believe that they're losing hope. They're losing hope in their dreams. They're losing hope that they are going to find the right partner. They're going to find the career that they love. They're losing hope that it's meant for them. I hear this very often where people say, maybe I just wasn't picked for this. Like maybe I wasn't meant to have what everyone else has. It's so heartbreaking. I've been there. I remember as a teen mom, the feeling of I was so broken. I felt like I was the worst mom. I did not provide for my kid. I mean, all the things, right? I thought that he was going to be doomed. I thought that he was going to have all these issues. I made mistake after mistake after mistake. I would think I was on the right path and we, got a really great place like to live. We were doing all the things we wanted. And then I was always tired. I was always stressed. I was always like worried about the bills. And then I wasn't enough of a mom to him in my brain, or other people judged me because I was a young single mom and I didn't have my shit together. Or people would ask me like, what are you doing with your life? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm literally trying to keep my child and I alive every day and put food on our table. And yeah, I have dreams and yes, I have goals and all the things, but like none of that mattered because I couldn't even see it clear. But I saw all these other people doing all the things. And I'm like, maybe I'm being punished. Maybe I thought that for a long time. Like maybe I'm being punished because I had a child at 17. Maybe I'm missing something. I thought that too. I thought, well, maybe there was something like, I guess as it was passed out on the conveyor belt of when we were born, like they skipped me for some reason. And maybe success wasn't meant for me. Maybe love wasn't meant for me. Like all of the things that I thought were wrong. I thought that it was all like something happened to me and I just, for whatever reason, wasn't chosen. And I went through a phase where I really thought I was broken. I thought, man, I'm really doing my son a disservice. He didn't get the best mom. I'm doing my life a disservice because I'm literally just surviving like every day. I just really didn't want for much, honestly. I didn't know what to even do. And that is actually when coaching became a thing for me. I learned about The Secret. It was a very pivotal time in my life. And I had just gotten out of a relationship. It wasn't a bad relationship. It was bad for me, but it wasn't bad. But I, even in that relationship, I thought, gosh, I'm missing something. Like, I'm just not good enough. Like, what in the world? Like, why did I not get this ability to like be loved and love someone? And that's when I started, researching The Secret and figuring some things out. And I was like, wait, could this be a me problem? Like, could this actually all be possible? And I'm just choosing this path. I'm choosing to tell people I'm broken and to like tell myself I'm not good enough. And so that's when I really started doing the work. And what I realized is that I was good enough the whole time. I just wasn't allowing myself to be good enough. I wasn't allowing myself to say what I wanted, to stand in what I wanted, to even have wants. I wasn't allowing myself to take credit for all the things that I had done. I was a good mom. I knew that I was a good mom deep down. I just felt like he got a crappy version of me because I was always stressed and I did have bills and I did all the things. And when I was really able to start seeing that maybe this doesn't have to be this way and maybe the people around me that would always build me up or tell me great things, I'm like, maybe they were right. Maybe I do have good qualities. Maybe I'm not this like sad person who, was I used to literally have conversations with myself like, maybe you were an accident. Like maybe you were some fluke that God was like, we did, we let her come out, but she's not gonna make anything of herself, right? And I had to really come to terms with my relationship there too, uh, to understand that I was worthy and I was here for a purpose and I had a reason. I knew that as a child, but I had lost that in my teen years and especially becoming a teen mom. So that was the first time in my life where I felt like, wow, I'm really, really broken. So doing the work and looking in the mirror and realizing that I get to decide all these things. Like, no one gets to tell me I'm broken. No one gets to tell me I'm a bad mom. No one gets to tell me how to live my life or even that I can't have dreams. Like, I got to decide all of these things for myself. And getting into vision boards and even like playing around with like, what could it look like? Like, what could my life look like? Is it okay if I want this? Is it okay if I desire certain things? Is all of this okay? I realized that I'm human, and part of the human experience is that I think sometimes we have to get to a quote unquote broken place to really, really like see who we are possible, like what's possible for us and who we get to be. I remember I taught vision board classes at a nonprofit a couple years after that. And I was really into vision boards. And I remember making a vision board and putting this wedding dress on. When I put it on, I was like, well, that's a really cool possibility. Like if I ever did get married, like this would be the dress I wanted, but it's just a possibility. And it's so funny how through the healing journey and like through figuring out that all of these things are possible for me, all of these things I can desire and I can want, and I'm worthy of all of them. When we got engaged and we were planning our wedding, I called one bridal company and I said, hey, I have this picture. I really don't even know where this dress is from. It was just a picture I found in a magazine. And I sent them a picture and they had one dress, the exact dress. And it needed a little alteration, but it's the only dress I ever tried on because I knew in that moment that I was worthy of that dress. Like I knew this was meant for me. And I remember having a thought like, I'm not broken. Like all of these things do work. Like everything does come together for us. And life is so much bigger than the brokenness we can feel. And I'm so grateful for going through those moments because I think that it's what helps propel me. I think that I was able to really look in the mirror and see that if I could see myself through the lens of possibility versus seeing myself through the lens of brokenness, I was able to see a totally different version of me. And that is what I work with my clients on every day. We talk about that. And there's going to be phases. There's other phases of my life where I felt broken, where I felt like I didn't have the answers. I wasn't going to figure it out. And there were times I know in my step parenting journey when I got my darkest and dark days with that. I remember sitting there thinking, like, what did I do wrong? Like, how did I deserve this? What I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was like feeling good about myself. I thought I was a good mom. I thought I was a good stepmom, all the things. And I'm like, why? Why is this like, I remember crying thinking, I am so broken. I don't even know if I want to fix any of this. And it just so happened the next morning is when I had a run in with the lady who became my coach. And she was the first coach I hired one-on-one. But those little reminders that I'm not broken, I am worth so much more. And I want you to know that you're worth so much more. You're not broken. We're human. And part of the human experience is understanding we're not perfect. And there's going to be phases in our life where we don't have it figured out and we don't know what we want. But gaining the understanding of what true worth looks like and learning that you are so worthy of every single thing that you want. And when we have hiccups and when we have downfalls in our life, it doesn't make us any less of a person. It just makes us human and it makes us experience life. So this is just something that people come to me a lot about. And I want you to know that if you've had any of these feelings, you're not broken and it's totally normal. And I think that it's something that will propel you into the version of you that you want to become. So my challenge for you is if you do feel broken in any realm of life, write out what you're truly feeling. My guess is that you feel unworthy and start taking the steps to see what's possible. Ask yourself, like, what's possible? If it's possible that I'm broken and I'm unworthy, what could also be possible? Could it be possible that I'm worthy of great things and that I'm not broken? When you start to make those lists out and compare them, then you get to decide which version of you do you really want to work on. And my guess is it's going to be the version of possibilities. So thanks for joining us today. You are not broken. You are human. See you next time.
Thanks for being here and for choosing to be a little louder, a little braver, and a whole lot more you. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love it if you subscribed, left a review, or shared it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep tuning in to the fire inside. Stay unquiet.